With web forms, each form input now has its own green module layout. This gives you complete control over how exactly your form fields will look, down to the labels and the inputs themselves. You can think of these as templates, so if you want to change this output for any single form field on one of your forms, you can do so easily when you add it. This is done with the new Overwrite section. Here you can copy the default layout and make changes as needed for a specific field. There's also a new extra attribute section where you can add things like text placeholders or JavaScript events such as onClick. Also, the HTML subtab now allows you to insert fields into different parts of your form's layout. So for example, you could put a field in the body section above the rest of the form, which makes it easier to customize how your form will look. To show you these new features, let's create a use case. I've created a simple Contact Us form for my client in an older version of Freedom. However, the client now wants the fields to be in a 2-column layout, and they want the form to look a little bit better, like with some rounded corners on each of the fields and a thicker gray border around them. So here you can see the simple Contact Us form. And as you can see, most of the fields are text boxes. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a change to the HTML layout of the text boxes so they have rounded corners and a thicker border. With total control of the HTML, I can now put a class on the input called Thick Rounded Borders. This is a style in my CSS that applies rounded corners and a thicker gray border. I can now easily make the same change to my other input types in the same way. Now that we're happy with how the fields look themselves, let's change the layout to a 2-column form layout. Here on the HTML subtab, I have body, repeat, and item sections like with other module layouts. Similar to any other lister, I can add a second bracket item section and some HTML formatting, and the fields will appear in 2 columns. Now let's take a look at the form on the live website. And there you go. These new features are available in Acrosoft Freedom CMS version 8.2, and to learn more on Freedom, visit acrosoft.com.